The LY-1 laser weapon is a ground-based directed energy system developed by China and revealed publicly in recent years as part of a broader push into advanced defense technologies. It is designed primarily to target low-flying aerial threats, such as unmanned aerial vehicles, UAVs, small aircraft, loitering munitions, or potentially even incoming artillery shells or mortars. Its core advantage lies in the precision and speed of laser-based interception, where light travels at the speed of light and, if sufficiently powerful, can disable a target almost instantaneously. LY-1 is understood to be a solid-state laser system. Solid-state lasers are currently the most mature form of military-grade directed energy weapons. They rely on solid-gain media, often made of doped crystal or glass materials, and are powered by electricity. This makes them more compact, rugged, and suitable for mobile deployment compared to older gas or chemical lasers, which are bulkier and more logistically complex. The LY-1 is mounted on a vehicle, which provides mobility and flexibility, allowing the weapon to be deployed in diverse scenarios including mobile convoy protection, critical infrastructure defense, and short-range area denial roles. From the limited technical details made available, the LY-1 likely operates in the tens of kilowatts power class. This power level is consistent with systems designed to counter Class 1 and 2 drones weighing less than 25 kg, and possibly Class 3 drones if the power is higher or the target is stationary. At such energy levels, the laser beam can cause physical damage to key components of a drone, such as control surfaces, sensors, or onboard electronics, through intense heat and rapid material degradation. When targeting munitions or mortars, the energy may be sufficient to detonate or disable them mid-air, depending on targeting precision and the laser's dwell time on the target. The weapon's guidance and targeting systems are expected to integrate electro-optical sensors, infrared trackers, and radar. These allow it to detect and track fast-moving, small targets with high accuracy. The control system likely includes some form of automated tracking and fire control algorithms, enabling rapid engagement cycles and minimal operator intervention. However, limitations in sensor resolution, atmospheric interference, and system latency can affect real-world performance, particularly when dealing with multiple fast or maneuvering targets in cluttered or low-visibility environments. Laser systems like LY-1 benefit from virtually unlimited ammunition from a logistical standpoint, as their shots are purely based on stored or generated electrical energy. However, this advantage comes with operational trade-offs. High-powered lasers generate significant heat, and thermal management is a persistent issue. The system needs an advanced cooling mechanism to prevent overheating, especially during continuous or repeated firing. Excess heat not only reduces performance but can damage the internal components of the laser. Moreover, the system's energy consumption per shot and the battery or generator's recharge rate define its duty cycle, how many targets it can engage within a short window before performance is degraded. Another critical factor is environmental performance. Laser weapons are line-of-sight systems, meaning they require an unobstructed path between the weapon and the target. Their effectiveness is severely reduced in adverse weather conditions such as heavy rain, fog, dust storms, or smoke. These elements scatter or absorb laser energy, lowering its intensity at the target and reducing potential damage. This makes them less reliable than traditional interceptors in all weather conditions, limiting operational flexibility unless paired with other systems. There is no credible, independently verifiable evidence of the LY-1 being used in active combat zones or under real operational stress. Public information primarily comes from controlled demonstrations, exhibitions, and promotional materials. These often showcase successful interceptions of slow or hovering UAVs, in ideal weather, open visibility, and predictable flight paths. While technically impressive, such scenarios do not replicate the complexity of real-world engagements involving dynamic threats, multiple vectors, or electronic warfare interference. While the LY-1 does represent a step forward in China's pursuit of directed energy capabilities, it is part of a global trend where various countries are experimenting with laser weapons for similar roles: drone defense, base protection, and close-in threat neutralization. However, these systems, including LY-1, still face major limitations that restrict their deployment to niche roles. Power scaling, atmospheric vulnerability, and thermal constraints remain unresolved technical challenges. The strategic value of LY-1 lies more in its potential as a layered defense component rather than as a standalone weapon. In integrated air defense networks, lasers can serve as a low-cost per shot, rapid response option for neutralizing lower-tier threats without expending expensive missiles or risking collateral damage. But to become decisive, such systems must overcome the scalability issues that currently limit their range and destructive potential. LY-1 reflects technological maturity in terms of laser development and miniaturization but remains constrained by physics and engineering realities. Its actual battlefield value, while promising in controlled settings, has not been independently validated under full combat conditions. It is best viewed as a component of future defense strategies rather than a transformational game changer in its current state.